The 4060 is launched and people are not happy about it. We know how much Sony is paying for their games and it's more than you think. And Nvidia wants to suckle all your money next year, just not this year. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Thursday, June 29th, 2023. And before we get started, I want to let you know that we are live streaming right now. We're on our way to Micro Center, or we're already there to pick up an RTX 4060, which we're going to be giving away to one of you. You have to be in the stream in order to win it, but as we're gonna find out, free might be the best price.
Yeah!
So RTX 4060 reviews came out yesterday. I finally got to take a look at it because we don't get review samples from Nvidia, so I have to wait to buy them from Micro Center, which I'm very grateful for, but got to find out from everybody else how this thing performs. And according to basically every review out there, this GPU is just not a good idea. The 4060 is the strongest argument to buy AMD. Nvidia clowned themselves. I'm actually getting mad now. Those are the details going on, and even that $249 probably would have been the best price for this GPU, which does seem to be roughly the sentiment that a lot of people are picking up. This GPU is just too expensive for the very little performance it offers you. And if you look at other cards that are on the market, like the 67 or the 6700 XT from AMD, those offer a much better bang for buck, especially considering the fact that they have 12 gigabytes of VRAM and do not fall short in the same places that the 4060 does. So even though the 4060 is technically cheaper than a 60 class card has ever been, even compared to the 1060, it's still too much money for what Nvidia is offering with it and what AMD has as an alternative. That's the general sentiment that's out there. But again, because we're giving one away, what does it matter what the price is? Your price will be free. So come watch the stream as we're at Micro Center picking one up. We'd love to have you there for that because Micro Center streams are a good time. You're going for your first one?
I'm going to my first Micro Center.
Woo! Which actually is today's video sponsor. Woohoo! Micro Center not only sponsoring the stream, but also sponsoring this video because they have so much going on. Obviously, they have the Indianapolis store that is launching this summer. It's their first new store in 8 years. It's very exciting. Micro Center is the place. It's like Candyland for adults who love PC parts. Reece is very excited about it. But they also have 2 new stores coming by 2025. They've already announced where these are going to be. You've got Charlotte, North Carolina. You've got Miami, Florida. Those are coming by 2025. It's very exciting. And who knows, maybe with the Indianapolis store, we might be on our way out there.
Could be fun.
We've got some viewers in Indianapolis that we love to see, so it could be a good time to check it out. And if you check it out, you can get a free 128 gig flash drive by clicking the link in the video description. Just make sure that if you're trying to get your free 128 gig flash drive, you wait until the Indianapolis store is open.
Free's my favorite price.
It is, but also if you're looking to build a PC, no better place than Micro Center, especially if you're a first-time new customer, you can get $25 off any CPU that they have, which will help to discount things by quite a bit. But also it's currently their laptop savings event. You can get tons of great deals on the laptops that they have at Micro Center in case you're not looking to get a full PC, but they also have over 30,000 items in stock. You get 3D printing stuff, maker section. They even offer free shipping on an all inland filament. They have the build your own department because whether you're a seasoned PC builder or a first-time shopper, Micro Center is there to help you with their knowledgeable associates, wide range of PC parts, and for free, they can even build it for you with same-day pickups. So you get the benefits of the pre-built, but you get all the benefits of choosing all the parts yourself. And you'll see tomorrow, Reece, as we're shopping, the associates know more than I do. It's crazy. And you can check out all of their top deals on PC parts linked in the video description. And if you submit your PC build to them using the link in our video description, you can get a $25 off coupon when approved. That's a lot of good deals. You have the laptop savings event. You have the regularly great prices. You have $25 off a new processor if you're a first-time customer, $25 off coupon if you submit your build. You got the free 128 gig flash drive if you show up to the Indianapolis store once it opens. There's so much going on with Micro Center. I love working with them. If you're looking at picking up a GPU, new PC, whatever tech products you're looking for, Micro Center is the place that you should be looking at to get all of that done. Reece, out of a scale of 0 to 10, how excited are you to go to Micro Center tomorrow? Today.
You guys have hyped this up so much that I'm I need this.
Micro
I
Center.
need this.
Now, getting back to GPU stuff, one of the things that got announced a couple days ago was the fact that Starfield was going to be an AMD exclusive partner title on PC. That doesn't mean Nvidia GPUs don't work, it just means that AMD's technology is baked in. However, there has been a modder who's been floating around, Pure Dark, who's been slapping DLSS on all of these games that don't support it. And what they have said is, don't worry, within 5 days, I will have DLSS 3 working on Starfield. Don't even worry about it, especially after the fact that they added DLSS 3 to Skyrim, Elden Ring, The Last of Us, Fallout 4, and Jedi Survivor nearly instantaneously after launch. It does look like they do good work. They implement it nearly flawlessly. There are a couple of hiccups and bugs with the fact that it's not natively built in, but if a modder without source code access can do this, there is honestly no excuse for why a company like Bethesda can't implement it, besides the fact that they have a lucrative deal with AMD.
Pure Dog MVP.
But while Pure Dark's adding support for DLSS onto video games that don't support it, looks like Tesla's adding support for third-party apps onto their cars. I was gonna say video game consoles, which they're kind of that as well, because they do have Steam baked in. I've never actually used one with Steam baked in because I can't afford it, but there's details showing that third-party apps might be coming soon, which is great because the Tesla is fine at some of their software stuff. Other things would be much better handled by something like CarPlay with your iPhone or Android Auto with your Android phone. It would be nice to see this. A Tesla App Store, I think, could be a good thing for the ecosystem as a whole. Tesla already opening up its charging standard to other companies, opening up their software standard to other companies, I also think is a decent move. And while I normally would hand off this chair to this guy in order to give you deals, we got to get ready for the Micro Center trip, so we're not doing that today. But what has been a good deal that I got for you, I got you Final Fantasy 16. It sold over 3 million copies, which makes it the fastest selling PS5 exclusive that has ever existed. To put that into context, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which launched on both Xbox and PlayStation, sold 3.5 million copies in that same time frame. So Xbox really not accounting for a whole lot. Obviously, it probably would have bolstered the sales of the 16 a little bit, but not enough to where it's a huge disappointment. Obviously, this doesn't compare to something like Tears of the Kingdom, which sold 10 million copies in the exact same time scale, but it does look like Final Fantasy 16 is a success. Additionally, Final Fantasy VII was available on PS4 as well. Final Fantasy 16 only PS5, which again limits its customer base. So the fact that it's selling this well does seem to indicate that it is a huge win for Sony. And what's a loss for Sony is the fact that they poorly redacted documents that they submitted for the FTC stuff. So they did it with like a Sharpie or something. You can see all of the numbers. So what ended up happening after this is that the court withdrew all of the documents from online because they realized that not all of them had been redacted properly. But what we found out is that Horizon Forbidden West, another exclusive to Sony, cost $212 million to make over 5 years with 300 employees, and The Last of Us Part 2 cost $220 million to make with 200 employees, which honestly, if you compare that to movies, is not an extreme budget.
Yeah.
Many blockbusters are selling for this price, and you consider that the average selling price of video games is significantly higher than a movie ticket. Each one of the sales that they're making translates into much higher revenue. It does look like this is it just takes a lot of time to make these video games.
Yeah.
But while the court is shutting down Sony and all of the documents for having information that shouldn't have been in there, Stitcher is getting shut down, which is a podcasting app. Have you heard of Stitcher?
I have not.
It's been around for 15 years. It's actually a very robust app. Let me know if you've been using Stitcher at any point in your podcast listening history. And I thought, oh, this is kind of a bummer, until I found out that it's even more of a bummer because they're owned by SiriusXM. And SiriusXM is focused on incorporating podcasts into their subscription business so that subscribers can listen to podcasts within the SiriusXM app, which it's just the most frustrating part of having a vehicle is that they all come with SiriusXM subscriptions now, and it's like an annoying pop-up that you can't disable in the settings anywhere, and this needs to stop. I understand satellite radio at one point was really cool. I'm tired of it. Do you use SiriusXM? Please let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know if you've used Stitcher and if you're sad that it's shutting down, and then let me know if you're even more sad that it's shutting down because it's being rolled into SiriusXM. I don't like it.
I feel that. Let it go.
Oh boy. And you know what Google doesn't like? Competing with Apple. They're getting rid of their AR glasses. Project Iris, which is coming out at some point, is not at all because they're done. They've laid off the crew that was working on it. They've moved on to other things. They don't look like they want to compete with Apple in the AR space. Iris AR glasses are done. It looks like they're mostly going to focus on AR products in the software side of things, which has always been Google's bread and butter.
Yeah.
They have done pretty decently with their phones. That's it. Stadia, not good. Tablets, not really ever a hit. Maybe the Nexus 10 back in the day, but the Nexus 5 Pixel devices, typically good. Pixel Watch, not very good. Just
hit or miss.
They're hit or miss. Their software support also hit or miss. They do shut that down from time to time too. But
will shut us down next.
This feels a little bit, yeah, they're going to shut down YouTube. This feels a little bit more on brand for them to focus on software. And Nvidia looks like they're not focusing on you, the consumer, at all, especially when they have so much money to be making in AI. And we have some details on what the roadmap's looking like and the timeline for when we're going to get the new generation of cards. So it looks like we're going to get the RTX 50 series sometime, not next year, but the following year. So this means that the 2-year cadence is not being held. The RTX 40 series launched last year. The RTX 50 series, based on the current cadence, should launch in 2024. Doesn't look like that's happening. We might have to endure another Super Series. We might have to endure them simply just not caring about the consumer at all. We've already talked about the 4060, how it's overpriced, doesn't deliver as much as what people want. It could be that AI is doing so much for them that they do not need to focus on anybody besides their data center and like corporate customers at this point. And this release schedule seems to line up with that fact.
This hurts me.
It does hurt a little bit. It does look like Hopper Next, which is the next generation of their flagship AI cards, is coming in 2024. So that should show you where their priorities are. Ada Lovelace Next does look like that's going to be coming in 2025 with Grace, their CPU, the new version of that coming in 2025, which they haven't even really launched the first gen of that. So it coming in 2025 makes a whole lot of sense. And Nvidia just really putting out a roadmap that looks like they're focusing on AI. They don't need your money. The $1 trillion market cap wasn't because you're trying to play Starfield. Their $1 trillion market cap is because you're using ChatGPT. So I think we're in an environment where it does look like AMD also doesn't need to focus on GPUs because they make all of their gaming money in consoles. And it's kind of Intel that holds the handle on whether or not they can destroy the industry with good value gaming GPUs. Because in a lot of the reviews of the 4060, the A770, very valuable, but the A750 came in as being the sensible choice because of the price point that it comes in at, all of the software improvements that Intel's made. Intel, after the launch of the 4060, and based on what AMD's been doing, does seem like the company that we have to hope does more good stuff because nobody else has the incentive to.
Yeah.
Intel has to establish their name in the market. They've got underdog vibes.
Please,
Intel, just give us a Battle Mage GPU. I'll buy it. I'll give one away. Do you have my commitment here? Battle Mage gaming GPU launches. I'll give one away. I'll buy two. One for myself, one for the viewers. Please stop being so poor for Nvidia. Just spend $80,000 on a graphics card.
Good stuff.
To accelerate AI. I'll leave you there, and I won't leave. Come watch our live stream.
Please.
You can win the 4060. It's free's the best price. It always is.
My favorite.
It's his favorite. I thought I was your favorite.
But you're not. Yeah.
See you tomorrow.